woman in Bangalore orders 3 sizes of same dress. Now, she keeps one and 2 of them go back. Within 2 weeks, those 2 garments have been shipped, unpacked, inspected, washed, refolded, repacked and relisted. A lot of work for retailers, and that process itself costs more than the garment. Now, nobody is wrong here, neither the brand nor the person who got it. The problem is the size label, and it has been lying to us since 1941. ASTM and ISO both publish apparel sizing standards. Now read them closely and you'll find that they specify how to take a measurement, where the tape sits, how the body stands, and where the landmarks are used. They do not specify what a size must actually measure. So, M isn't an industry fact, it's a brand decision. Which means every brand in your wardrobe is running its own private measurement system and it is calling it by the same letter. Now, why did this happen? The US government funds the first large-scale women's wear sizing study. Now, 15,000 women were measured, and that sounds rigorous, right? But that was not enough, and it was wrong as well. Because the sample size of women were overwhelmingly young, white, and low-income women who volunteered because the study paid them. And the researchers anchored the entire system to bust circumference, assuming that every other measurement would follow a predictable ratio from it. Brands tried to use it, but it didn't work. So they invented their own. So a sizing was personalized. As sizing was personalized, brands realized something that can help them increase the sales and the price of the clothes. That is, shoppers feel good about themselves when the size number is smaller. So a 34 waist inch is labeled as 30, and that's called vanity sizing. And it drifts to one direction. Decade after decade, women's wear and men's wear, both of them started using this. Then there's grading. Most brands build one base size and scale it up and down mathematically. But bodies don't scale like that, right? Everybody is different. The further you are from that base size, the worse your fit gets. If you're athletic, you may never get a correct one at all. Now, because of so many issues, shoppers can't trust the label. So what do? They order 3 sizes and keep one. And this is completely rational for them, right? But it's poison for data that is being collected. Because your sale-through report counted all the 3 as demand, the returns land weeks later, after your factory has already reacted to the number that was never real. So the brand's answer to a fit failure is to produce more. More sizes, more units, more variations to cover that one uncertainty. Online apparel has the highest return rate of any major e-commerce category. 20 to 40% it is. Roughly 53% of those returns are because of size and fit issues. In 2023, US apparel returns were valued at $38 billion. 25.1 billion of them spent purely on processing. In 2022, returns generated an estimated 24 million metric tons of CO2. And in Malaysia, a documented case, production inefficiency drives over 6 billion square meters of textile waste a year. And this is plenty of technology. Size recommendations, read your purchase and return history. Compare it against the brand chart and suggest a size. Photo measurement tools estimate your body from a phone image. Hardware scanners build a 3D avatar. AR try-on is now being pushed direct into search results. Every one of this is real, funded and shipping right now. Which is exactly why the next part is going to be uncomfortable. Zalando's research team built SizeNet. The problem they attacked was called a cold start problem. A brand new product has zero return history, so it can't be predicted. So they trained a statistical model on sales and return data and had it teach a second model to reach the same conclusion using only the product photo, that is teacher and student model. The student compresses each pack shot into 128 numbers of describing waistband shape, seam type, inseam using a technique called RISE. They masked parts of each image at random and watched whether the prediction survived. That produces a heat map of what actually drove the decision. Across 127,000 SKUs from around 500 brands, it worked. Now let's talk about the limitations of the existing solutions we talked about. Size finders did not reduce returns. They ranked among the weakest predictors of return behavior. Shoppers who used them were marginally more likely to return by about 0.6%. And read that carefully. The tool didn't create fit, it created confidence. The customer bought and the garment still came back. If you're a brand being sold a fit solution against 53% number, you're being quoted the wrong problem in first place. Ask every vendor for the source. Most of them won't have one. SizeNet's own author are honest about the limits. The model has no concept of style. It reads construction but not the intent. So a deliberately oversized trouser gets flagged as a defect. On its false positives, the heat maps glowed over regions with no relationship to fit at all, and the label it learned from are weak. A shopper clicking didn't fit on a returns form. Not where, not why. That's the ground truth this entire system is built on. Almost every fit tool you have seen has benchmarked on Western casual wear, knits, jersey garments. A 2 cm error disappears into a stretch of a t-shirt. But put the same error into a canvas jacket with interlining and internal structure. There is nowhere for it to go wrong. Try it out on Sherwani. Try a structured kurta. There is no effectively dedicated fit technology for South Asian ethnic wear. That isn't a crowded category, that's an empty one. Now, what are the other solutions for this proper fit? 1. Move fit checking upstream. Now, run fit quality metrics on digital prototype before you cut it. A fault caught pre-cut costs you a pattern revision. The same fault caught post-return costs you reverse logistics. Now, 2. Physics, not correlation. Every tool in this video predicts fit from past behavior. None of them simulate how a woven fabric with a specific bend and stretch actually falls on body. And that's what 3D simulation does. 3. Keep a human in the loop, deliberately, not as a fallback. Right now, the best way to fit a structured garment sold remotely is a trained fitter on a video call, verifying every measurement with their own eyes. This is low-tech, unglamorous, but it works. Generative AI can hand you a flawless looking garment that tells you nothing true about the fit. Until a model can predict how a weave falls on your posture, the human eye stays indisputable. Build the physics first, put the AI on top of it. If you're a brand carrying a fit-driven return rate, that's the order of operations. I am Jhansi, and this is what we do at Tuni.